Do you need another key for your Ford vehicle? I'm going to show you the fastest, easiest way to make a spare key without leaving home. Also, stick around. There's this cool key by photo, key cutting technology. I want to show you how that works. And finally, I'm going to call the car dealership. I want to see what they're going to charge to make a spare key, and also what happens if I lost my only key fob. Let's jump in the vehicle and get started. To make a spare key with the help of Tom's Key Company, you need one working key. On this vehicle, it's this one with the tile key finder. Pairs to your smartphone, so you can always find your vehicle. The ladies love the pink one. Got black ones too on our website. Anyway, this is the one working key. We're going to be programming one spare key today, this one with a purple key ring. You can program multiple keys to the vehicle up to the maximum your particular vehicle will allow. Most Fords, it's about 4 keys total that can be saved in the memory. And we're going to be using this little programming device. To start out, we're going to scan the QR code on the back, and with the app installed, we can fire it up. Okay, we'll go ahead and enter key pairing. It tells us to scan the QR code, the one up here with the serial number. Go ahead and scan that. Now, it's important to know this particular device can only be used on one vehicle. It accesses the VIN number and gets paired to that vehicle. A few important points: we need to have a solid Wi-Fi or cellular connection. All keys we're going to pair. Key Genius tool, and caution: the aftermarket parts can cause problems if you have an aftermarket remote start or aftermarket alarm, things like that. So let's go ahead and begin. You can try looking up by VIN. I'm just going to put in the vehicle. This is a Ford Expedition, and it's a 2020 right here. The app will continue to get better over time, add new vehicle coverage, things like that. This is a push button start, meaning we've got the smart key that just stays in your pocket or your purse. Okay, we're going to select the Expedition 2020, and away we go. It looks like we need to download a Ford data pack. Give that a quick moment. Don't leave the app as you do programming. There will be some times where we may have to wait a few minutes, but just stay in the programming app. You don't want to cause problems by switching to other apps. All right. We need to plug in to the OBD port. So come down near the gas and brake pedal. You can plug the programmer in just like that. It can be a little hard to see what's going on. I recommend you pick up this optional extension cable. With the extension cable, I'll be able to see a little easier what's going on as we try to get Bluetooth pairing made and progress on the programmer. Okay, this thing's plugged in. Hit next. We need to make sure Bluetooth is turned on. Should be a matching serial number that shows up. Should be able to get this guy paired. Yes, we want to make the pairing happen. All right, we see the light turn blue. The app gives us a green notice. We can continue. Let's go next. Okay, well, this loads some data. Some other important things for you to be aware of: turn the headlights off, turn the radio off, don't have HVAC running, nothing like that. You don't want to drain your vehicle battery. If your vehicle battery might be weak, you can put it on a trickle charger or get your vehicle battery replaced before you do programming. Okay, within 30 seconds, turn on the ignition. You can push it once so we see that green light on, communicating. Take the original key and start the vehicle. So with the original key in the vehicle, you're going to push the brake and go ahead and fire up the engine. So the vehicle's running, hit next. Again, you've got to have one working key that starts the engine. If the buttons on your working key don't work, that's okay, as long as it starts the engine. You can turn off the ignition. Okay, turn it off. Turn on the ignition without depressing the brake pedal. Press the start-stop button to illuminate the instrument cluster. So I'm going to push it once. We see on the screen all the lights turning on, and we can hit next. This may take 10 to 15 minutes. It will not erase existing keys. Up to 4 keys can be paired. So if there's lost keys, like the vehicle should have come new with 2 keys. So unless one of those has been erased, that means there's already 2 keys. We're pairing a 3rd one. We could pair a 4th one as well. Again, unless those 4 spots have already been paired. We're going to be programming just one key today. Let's go ahead and start. A few reminders, few warnings. You may see lights flash up on the instrument panel during programming. That's okay, perfectly normal. On the programmer, I see the blue light flashing. It's working on communicating, and we've got this 10-minute wait. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Meantime, let's check on that phone call to the car dealership. I'm going to call the Ford dealership and find out how much they want to rip me off for to make a spare key for this 2020 Ford Expedition. All right. I'm trying to find out what it costs to get another key fob made for a 2020 Expedition.
I can take a look for you. Give me just a moment.
We'll come back to this call later. So it's been 10 minutes. On the screen, I'm seeing a vehicle network communication error. I'm going to borrow a phone to try calling customer service because I don't want to use this one while it's working with the app. I'm leaving this in because I want it to help someone else that might run into the same situation. For most people, be sure you check out the Ford Explorer video that I'll link up here so you can see what a normal procedure looks like. It takes 10 minutes and you'll be fully done. This one ultimately worked, but for some reason, this particular vehicle was working very slowly. The good news is that it was successful and still avoided a trip to the dealership. Now, back to solving the problem. Okay, here we go.
Thank you for calling customer support.
It says vehicle network communication error. I'm on hold with customer service.
How can I help?
Yeah, I'm working on programming my car, a 2020 Ford Expedition, and it's been about 15 or 20 minutes now, and the app is very, very slowly going up on the accessing security screen on the app and the car dashboard.
Are you using data or Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
Uninstall the app and install it again, and then do the process again.
So I should force stop the app from my phone and restart everything. So I shouldn't need to worry about the screen on my vehicle monitor that says vehicle network communication error.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. If you're gonna put in the VIN number, skip that, just put in the year, make, and model.
Don't do the VIN, put in the year, make, model. All right, excellent, I'll give that a try. Okay, I've just disconnected this. Oh, look at that. My vehicle seems to have recovered. That all came back on. I'm gonna go ahead and start the engine. Engine starts just fine, so vehicle is still working. Got to get this app uninstalled. Typical troubleshooting, right? When in doubt, start over and power down. Getting that app installed. Let's start over. Now customer service said don't use the VIN search to make sure I'm just going by the year, make, model. I'm gonna double check their owner's manual. Owner's manual says 2020 Ford Expedition. I'm gonna go ahead and start a timer and see if we have any better progress this time, since last time it went really slowly. All right, we're up to 1% after 42 seconds.
A few moments later.
This is at 97%. Since the same thing seemed to happen after I called customer service, I decided to just wait and see what happens. It's been an hour and 23 minutes and we have 3% left. So it's been a really long time. We still have the blue light flashing on the programmer, and there's still this vehicle network communication error, which hopefully in another 2% here, we see the next step on the app pop up for programming. Oh, one other thing, on some vehicles, opening the door is like a part of the programming process. So I actually climbed out the window and left for a while to periodically check back on this so I could get some other chores done while I waited. Not sure if opening the door would be a problem for this vehicle, but I didn't really want to mess with it. With a little step stool outside, I was able to get in and out through the window easy enough. All right, we're at 99%. I have vehicle network communication error, no lights up there. Push button start does not have a light. Let's see what happens. All going well, your video is a whole lot faster than my 1 hour and 25 minute wait. Okay, drum roll please, moment of truth. We got 1% left. Oh, look at that. We got lights flashing on, screen popping up, and it says, insert the smart key into the slot in the cup holder. So down here, you may not realize this, but you can pick up and remove the cup holder. The cover at the bottom. Let's get our instructions just to make sure we know our instructions properly. The first key, insert the smart key to be paired into the slot in the cup holder. Current number of working keys 2, so we could actually pair 2 keys to this. I'll tell you too, on some Fords, instead of being under the cup holder, sometimes the programming slot is inside your center console in here. There's different spots. So, and take the key to be programmed, drop it right into this slot, and hit next. Pairing the first smart key. Oh, I heard the doors locked. Saw my emergency flashers flash, and it says key pairing complete. Number of working keys 3. Woohoo! So it seems like it worked after that very long and very slow and very tedious wait. Let's see what happens next. Let's pull our new key out. I'm gonna unplug the programmer, get it out of the way. Now, I will say that this, hour and 25 minutes, that's not very normal. Usually it's 10 minutes with Ford. I don't know why this one took so long, why it was so slow, but we're about to see if it was successful. First thing to check is whether the lock and unlock buttons work. Oh, before I do that, very important, make sure you turn the car off. Many cars won't lock and unlock the doors if the engine is powered on. And remember when we started programming, we had to turn it on. Okay, so here's our old one. Oh, it still works. Here's the new one, moment of truth. Whoa! All right, look at that. It works. Okay, so we're gonna test the remote start button. First lock, 1, 2, hold. Oh, boom, look at that. Remote start even works. Excellent. Now, we don't want to leave it there because we've still got to test that each key is working independently when I'm not using remote start, right? We just check the button work. To verify that both keys are working, first I need to get all keys out of the vehicle. With all keys out of the vehicle, I need to try starting the engine. So I'm going to push the brake pedal and click the start button. We just get this no key detected error. Okay, so that's a good thing. Now we know that where I put the keys away from the vehicle is far enough that the vehicle can't sense it. So let's bring one of them back in. First, I'm going to check my original one. Green light turned on, fires up. Beautiful. Okay, we know this key's working. Let's put it away. To check the new one, just programmed, green light turned on, engine starts. That is absolutely beautiful. So one last thing I want to tell you about that pocket in the cup holder. If your key fob battery has died, you can actually put the key fob into that little programming slot. The vehicle will sense it and it'll allow you to start the engine. Even though the fob battery died, it'll still be able to sense you have a legitimate key to start the engine. Now, when you place your order, be sure you add our key by photo key cutting service. After you place your order, you're gonna snap 3 photos with your phone directly above the key blade. Move the blade in each photo to be sure our key by photo key cutting technology can properly decode the key. We'll cut it at our facility before shipping it. Key arrives, already cut, and it fits the vehicle. Isn't that amazing? Let's go back and check on that phone call to see what the dealership wanted to charge to make a spare key.
And you need both pieces, correct? You need the fob and the key, or is it just the key itself?
Yeah, the fob that'll start the engine and the key blade that goes inside of it.
So after tax, so you're looking at $421.59 altogether. That's cut, program, the key blank, and the labor.
Okay, still pretty spendy. We've got one working key, but if we lose that only key, does the price change to get a spare? What happens then?
It may go up. If you happen to lose that key, I'll tell you the only other thing that sucks about that is you'll be billed onto it. For us to program new key to the vehicle, essentially what we would have to do is we would have to cut 2 keys for you, and then you would have to tow the vehicle over here to get it programmed as well.
If I lose the only one, I'm paying a tow truck, and then you say I've got to buy 2 keys at that point.
Correct, because the way these systems are set up, I mean, you could have 1 key all day long, but if you end up losing it to program it, they do end up needing to have 2 keys.
Cool, yeah, so that'd be like probably $800 or something by the time I'm done there.
You'd still be looking around $600 or so.
Plus whatever the tow truck charges.
Correct, yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for the information. I appreciate it. Can you believe that? Almost $550 to make a spare key at the Ford dealership. That's absolutely outrageous. Come to tomskey.com. You can make a spare key and you'll save hundreds of dollars and hours of time by skipping the car dealership. Now, we have a full money-back guarantee. If something goes wrong, no worries. Reach out to us. We've got great customer service. We'll help solve your problem. And if for some reason it still doesn't work, you haven't lost anything. Ship everything back, you get a full refund. It's that easy. So come to tomskey.com and place your order today.